Teofimo Lopez, his own father, says his son will be doing 2 pay-per-views this year and he'll beat Josh Taylor down. We're going to talk about that in this video. Stay tuned. Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Teofimo Sr. in a recent interview, this is what he had to say. He says, I promise this is our year. We will have 2 pay-per-views on ESPN, and trust me, we're effing up. You guys get it. We're going to F up that boy, Josh Taylor. He's not going to even be able to see my son. My son just keep on hitting him and whooping his butt ASS all night, end quote. So he said he gonna be whooping his tail, his ASS all night. Yo, I don't even know where to begin. Teofimo's team, it sounds delusional, a lot of what comes out. Like, I try to be as realistic as possible when delivering my content. You know, Teo, he's probably a good kid and whatnot, but it's just, I think what people are failing to connect the dots is, in this social media age, your opinion, you could easily reach for it, if that makes sense. You could reach for your opinion because you have multiple outlets to express yourself. Now, there's a lot of great in that, especially when delivering information. You got information at your fingertips. You're like, okay, how many teaspoons in a tablespoon? You have multiple ways you can find out. You can Google, you know, search it online, etc. You don't know how to cook something, you can go on a YouTube video. And again, like what I said, you can express yourself. But the bad comes when you have people, in my opinion, who express themselves at precarious times and maybe even express themselves too frequently, and it just becomes a lot of talk. Recent examples in boxing would be like Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez. Despite what their intent and the intention is like there's a lot of talk from the teams or them or whatever. And I think ultimately people grow tired of that. People grow tired of hearing about it. They want to see it. Like, if your son is capable of whooping Josh Taylor, then, you know, make the fight, move up. Fight him at 140. He's fighting this week against Cataracts or Catarol or Adderall, whatever, and, you know, make good on those promises. But it's just a lot of foreshadowing and a lot of talk. And positioning wise, Teofimo is going through what looks like some marital problems or whatever the situation, the recent marriage, you know, issues. And more importantly, in the square circle, his last campaign at 135, he fought George Kambosos and he got cooked. You know, he lost in a significantly bad fashion. So I just feel, maybe I'm old school, but I just feel like when you're coming from an L, it becomes harder and harder to trash talk. Like, even guys like Conor McGregor. When Conor McGregor was talking about Jose Aldo, the fans would buy into that and believe it because he was in his winning ways at that current point. But in recent memory, Conor McGregor, he continues to trash talk and say, oh, Dustin Poirier, I'll attack your family while you sleep and things like that. But you saying this like moments after you broke your leg and you lost another fight in a row to Dustin Poirier. You know what I'm saying? So he bested you in the trilogy. So it becomes harder to push those ideas of confidence and, you know, that kind of alpha when you take recent losses in bad fashions after trash talking. And that's kind of what it is with Teofimo. Like, bro, he got look at his face. You know, look at the status of his face after the Kambosos fight. That definitely wasn't how he looked on his way up. On his way up, he was doing backflips and, you know, Fortnite dances, and he was cooking. And then he beat Lomachenko, and it looked like the sky was the limit. And literally his first title defense, he loses. So I think he has to rebound for that. To say he could beat Josh Taylor, I mean, Josh Taylor looks like the man to beat. Like, for starters, Josh Taylor, his last 5 opponents or whatever, they have a combined record of like 162-1. There was like one loss between, because he was fighting like Regis Prograis and Jose Ramirez, guys with good records. So you see on the screen, it says Josh Taylor could fight Teofimo Lopez, Terrence Crawford, or Errol Spence Jr. next. So Josh Taylor sounds down. He sounds down for the get down. But for me, I would just personally like to see Teofimo and his dad like just chill, and at this point do the talking. Like, again, when you're doing the Fortnite dances, I have no problem with that. When you were trash talking before, I had no problem with that because Teofimo was winning. But when you get humbled in such a fashion after saying you're gonna knock out Kambosos in 1 round, you got dropped in the first round. So that clearly didn't happen. And then it went 12. And even when you had him badly hurt, you showed heart there by even getting him hurt after you had been dropped and the fight wasn't going your way. You couldn't finish him off. Pause. So me, I would rather see Teofimo kind of get back to the basics. Like, this is just maybe my outlook. I don't really have faith in somebody who is talking like Teofimo's talking when his team probably shouldn't have that confidence. To me, it sounds contrived, and it sounds like you're forcing it. You know, like there's a different, it's a fine line between like true confidence and ability and trying to gas yourself up and gaslight yourself. And I feel like my perspective of like situations and people I've been around, the people who are, you know, kind of do over the top with it, you can't really expect them to do good, make good on what they're saying. There's only a select few people in boxing that their trash talk and everything really truly matches. And I think everyone wants to be like Floyd Mayweather and guys like that. Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones, they were one of the anomalies that they can trash talk and clearly back it up. But it's like people aspire to be like that, but you still got to keep working. You're not at a level where it's so undeniable like Roy Jones Jr. and you're Mr. Untouchable. Roy Jones was Mr. Untouchable for like from the late 80s all the way to the mid 2000s. Teofimo, his first title defense, as I just mentioned, he's losing. So you got some more work to do. Let me know how I did. Who would you pick to win, Teofimo or Josh Taylor, if they were to fight? Drop all that in the comment section. And I'm out.
The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.
Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.